Hey everyone, welcome back to Gastromania. Today, we are really excited to be sharing our Nasi Lemak recipe. Nasi Lemak is a Malay dish that is extremely popular in Singapore and Malaysia. There are many variations to it and there are many different ideas for great Nasi Lemaks. In my opinion, Nasi Lemak cannot run away from 4 essential points: the sambal, the rice, the chicken or the meat, and the auxiliary ingredients. So today, we are going to be showing these 4 essential parts in the recipe. Anything else is more or less additional. Without further ado, let's get right into this recipe. First, we will prepare the sambal. For the sambal, you will need about 150 grams of shallots, 5 cloves of garlic. These are the important parts of the sambal and the secret to super fragrant sambal. Blend these two into one paste and then the remaining ingredients into another paste. We also have about 2 stalks of lemongrass. We only need the white part. Next, we have about 5 whole red chilies. Remember to remove the seeds of the chilies as that's where most of the heat comes from. Then, we have about 35 grams of dried red chilies. I have soaked and de-seeded them prior to blending. They are essential because they are very fragrant and most of the spiciness will come from this. We also have about 25 grams of galangal. We also have 25 grams of fresh turmeric. This ingredient is also for the fragrance in the sambal. And then, we have 5 to 6 candle nuts. The candle nuts will release candle nut oil later when frying for extra fragrance inside the sambal. Soak them in the water for about 10 to 15 minutes so that they will soften and will be blended more easily. Lastly, we also have about 10 grams of belacan. We will have to dry toast the belacan first and break them into smaller pieces like this. Then, after we break them into smaller pieces and dry toasted them, we can blend them together with the remaining paste. Please refer to my rempah video on the top right hand corner on how to blend the rempah paste together. Once the two pastes have been blended, we can start frying them. First, add a small amount of oil into a wok. Add in the shallot garlic paste first and then fry them until they start to turn fragrant. Once they have become fragrant and the color looks roughly like this, you can add in the remaining ingredients that have also been blended together into the second paste. Fry the paste until it becomes darkened and the chili oil is being forced out. This frying process will take about 25 to 30 minutes, and all you need to do is stir occasionally to prevent it from charring at the base. And in the meantime, when it gets too dry, you must add more oil into the wok and mix the oil into the paste. This will prevent charring. Don't add too much oil initially, if not the sambal will become overly oily. In the meantime, we also need to prepare some asam paste. I'm using about 60 grams of asam paste. Just add about 150 milliliters of hot water into the paste and then mix it. Then, when the paste cools down, the easiest method to get all the paste out is to use your hands to squeeze the paste around the seeds to make sure that the paste is completely dissolved into the warm water and you do not waste any of the paste. Discard the seeds, we will not be using them. After about 25 minutes of frying the paste color should look much darker than before, something like this. Then, we can add in the asam water into the paste and then mix them. If you're not sure how sour the asam will make the sambal, you can actually add it in steps and then taste a bit before adding more if it's not sour enough. Then, we will add in about 2 tablespoons of sugar. The sugar is the reason why the sambal turns darker after frying for a while more. If it's not sweet enough, you can just add in more sugar. Remember to taste and adjust along the way. And this sambal is ready to be served. Next, let's prepare the rice. For the Nasi Lemak rice, the essential part is the coconut milk and the pandan leaves. To make it more aesthetic, you can also add butterfly pea flower extract to make the rice slightly blue in color. To get the blue color, simply add boiling water to about 5 grams of dry butterfly pea flowers. Let it sit for about 10 minutes and the blue color will be extracted into the water. For the pandan leaves, we break up the leaves by twisting it but leave it completely intact. These will release the flavor faster as well as make it softer to tie into a knot. Then, we tie the pandan leaves into a knot like this. Add the rice into a rice cooker. Then, add in the blue coloured water extracted from the butterfly pea flowers. Make sure not to add too much of it as it could be too blue, but do take note that the coconut milk added later will also lighten the colour a bit. Add in about 200 grams of coconut milk. Add also about 1/4 teaspoon of salt into the rice. This will help to bring out the flavour of the coconut milk later on. Mix up everything evenly. Then lastly, add in the knotted pandan leaves. Now, this is ready and we can proceed to cook the rice in a rice cooker and prepare the other ingredients in the meantime. Easy so far, right? The third essential ingredient is the meat. In this case, I'm using chicken, and specifically chicken wings. This marinade is also applicable to other chicken parts like drumstick or thigh. This seasoning is perfect for about 8 pieces of chicken wings. On the chicken wings, we make 2 cuts into the meat area. This has 2 purposes. Firstly, it will allow the marinade to enter the meat more effectively, making it more seasoned. Secondly, it also makes the cooking process later on much more even, so that your chicken wings won't have uncooked parts on the inside. For the seasoning, we will add about half tablespoon of turmeric powder. Half teaspoon of coriander powder. And also half teaspoon of cumin powder. These spices will make the chicken wings super fragrant. Even better if you can toast their seeds and grind them onto the spot for the seasoning. Half teaspoon of sugar. And then half teaspoon of salt to taste. To hold everything together, we are adding about 4 tablespoons of coconut milk. It also adds some fragrance into the chicken wing while also creating the batter. And to complete the batter, we also have about 3 tablespoons of rice flour. This is suitable for making the crispy batter that is important for Nasi Lemak chicken. Mix all the seasonings evenly together. Cling wrap the seasoned chicken wings and then we refrigerate it for at least 2 hours to let the seasonings enter the meat well. 30 minutes before the frying, remember to remove the chicken wings and let the temperature rise back to room temperature so that the frying will be even later on. Heat up the oil at medium-high heat. Then, we add in the chicken wings slowly into the hot oil. Fry for about 4 minutes before turning them and frying for another 3 minutes or so. Remove the chicken wings and then drain off the oil. And our chicken wings are ready to eat. Remember, this method can be also applied to other chicken parts. Lastly, we prepare the auxiliary ingredients. Usually, they will include peanuts and ikan bilis. The peanuts will splatter quite easily when added to oil, so please do be careful. The trick to getting fragrant peanuts is to fry them at medium heat initially. Then once they get slightly fragrant and darkens, we lower the heat and continue frying until we get a lot of fragrance and roughly this color. Remember that after removing the peanuts from the oil, the heat will continue to cook the peanut, so do not remove them too late, otherwise they will get charred or chao ta. Set them on some paper towels to absorb the excess oils. This same frying method also applies to the ikan bilis. Just fry them at medium heat initially. And then, lower the heat once they start to turn slightly golden and then fry until crispy. Set them aside on paper towels to cool and remove the excess oil. And all the required ingredients are ready. We can now assemble the Nasi Lemak. Other ingredients that can also be added includes eggs and some vegetables like achar. Doesn't the plate of ingredients look so amazing? Nasi Lemak is quite a personalized dish. You can pretty much go with any additional ingredients you like. And if you're not a fan of chicken, you can also go for meats like fish. Most importantly, as long as the rice and sambal is well done, everything else is additional. So it's actually really personalized to whatever you like. Quite easy, right? Try this recipe today! And we have come to the end of today's video. If you enjoyed this recipe, please hit the like button to support our channel. Subscribe to our channel for weekly recipes like this. Follow us on Instagram for over 70 recipes that are available for free. And I'll catch you in my next video.